Hello, my people. Good day to you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojola for Mindset Transformation Africa, and today I want us to talk about inner dialogue. So let me anchor today's episode on this statement: replace limiting inner dialogue with constructive instruction, and your mind becomes an ally rather than an opposition. Replace limiting inner dialogue with constructive instruction, and your mind becomes an ally rather than opposition. Let me ask you something simple but uncomfortable, okay? When things go wrong in your life, what is the first sentence you hear in your head? Let me ask you again. When things go wrong in your life, what is the first sentence that you hear in your own head? Is it guidance or is it judgment? Is it direction or is it defeat? See, most people never stop to notice this, and that is the unfortunate thing. Yet, that single sentence decides whether the next moment moves you forward or locks you up completely. So today we will talk about the quiet voice that you live with every single day. The voice that speaks when no one else is around. The one that either trains you or tears you down. And here's the truth most people miss. Your mind is never against you by default, all right? It simply follows instructions. So I want you to stay with me, okay? Welcome once again to Daily Mind Shifts with Minister Mike, all right? This daily mind shift is all about recalibrating your thinking. I want to reset your inner language and strengthen the mental habits that is shaping your life. So replace limiting inner dialogue with constructive instruction, and your mind becomes an ally rather than opposition. See, this episode is for anyone who feels mentally tired, not from work, not tired from your efforts, but you're tired from arguing with your own thoughts, all right? In the next few minutes, we will break down how inner dialogue works, why criticism freezes progress, and how instruction turns the same mind into a problem-solving partner. We are not hyping shit. We are not using some cliches and slogans. Just practical awareness that you can use today. So let's just get into it. Your inner voice never goes silent. I just want to start with that. Your inner voice never goes silent. Even right now, something is being said in the background. That voice is not neutral. It never just comments, it instructs. Every repeated sentence becomes a directive. When you say, I always mess this up, your mind receives that as data. When you say, I'm not just good at this, your mind records it as a rule. No debate, no argument. The mind accepts repetition as truth. This explains why two people with the same ability perform very differently. One talks to themselves in a way that builds momentum. The other talks to themselves in a way that shuts effort down. Self-talk sets the emotional climate for action. Critical dialogue tightens the body. Instructional dialogue opens options. I want you to think about the last time you made a mistake, all right? Did your inner voice say, here we go again? You always do this. Or you never learn. Oh, this is why you cannot even move ahead. See how fucked up you are. See, that voice may sound familiar. It may even sound honest to you. Yet, honesty without direction offers nothing. Criticism gives no next step, and that is the most unfortunate thing about it. It only names failure. Instruction says something like this: here is what we can adjust. Here is what comes next. Here is what we try again. Same situation, a different internal response, different outcome eventually comes out of them. See, your mind reacts to tone more than content. It's important. That's why I always tell people, because you ask questions doesn't mean you are doing the act or the art of questioning. Because your tone is key, not the content, but your tone. That is what your mind reacts to. When the tone is harsh, the mind protects itself by slowing down. When the tone is clear, the mind moves. This leads straight into why many people feel stuck, even when they want progress in their life. Criticism feels productive, all right? It feels like accountability. It feels like realism. Yet, criticism carries no plan. So when your inner voice says you should be better than this, the mind hears pressure with no direction, with no pathway. Pressure without direction leads to paralysis. That is where we come up with the word analysis paralysis, because there is too much pressure without direction, then you are not doing nothing. Instruction works differently. Instruction gives the mind a task to them. Instead of saying, I cannot do this, instruction will say, start with the next small step. Instead of saying, this is overwhelming, instruction will say, what part can I handle in the next 10 minutes? You notice the shift? The mind stops arguing with that. It starts organizing actions to follow that. That is how you turn inner dialogue into support. Athletes don't improve by yelling at themselves in the middle of a game. No, they improve by receiving cues, receiving simple guidance from the coach, from their captain, from their colleagues on the playing field. Clear focus. Your mind responds the same way. When you speak to yourself like a coach, effort becomes possible again. This is not positive thinking, all right? This is functional thinking. This is a thinking that leads to action. Your brain wants clarity. It resists shame. It wants clarity. Let me say this. The moment inner dialogue changes from attack to instruction, you will notice energy returns to you. Not excitement, not hype, usable energy. Now, let us talk a little bit about the role you must step into for that shift to last. See, every successful transformation has one common element. Someone learned how to guide themselves. That is the element. Someone learned how to guide themselves. Not motivate themselves, not scare themselves, guide themselves. The coach mindset always asks different questions. Not, why am I like this? No, but what do I need to do right now? What do I need in my life right now? Or who do I need in my life right now? Not what is wrong with me, but what skill is missing right now in my life? What skill don't I have? That shift removes identity from the mistake. You stop seeing errors as proof of failure. You see them as feedback. Feedback is usable. You can use feedback. Judgment is heavy. All right? When you talk to yourself like someone you are training, patience increases. You focus, your focus improves. Consistency becomes clear and it becomes easier. You would not train someone by calling them nasty names. No, you wouldn't expect growth from constant discouragement. No, yet many people treat themselves that way every single day. So changing this does not require years. It starts with being aware, and that is the awareness I'm bringing to you. Catch the sentence. Rewrite it as instruction. Immediately things shift. I'm bad at this becomes I need more reps here. I will never figure this out becomes I'm still learning this particular piece. That language trains you in resilience. See, when your mind receives instruction, it supports you, it collaborates with you. But when it receives criticism without direction, it resists. That is the difference between inner opposition and inner support. All right, let's finish this today. Key points to take away. Number 1, inner dialogue programs action or avoidance. Number 2, criticism offers no path forward. It's only instruction that do that. And number 3, coaching yourself builds momentum without pressure. So today's call to action is very simple. Listen for one critical sentence today, just one, and I want you to rewrite it into guidance. No perfection, no overthinking. That single mind shift changes the relationship with your own mind. So go today,